What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you don't know, my name is Max.
My name is Ali.
And today we're going to be exploring Yellowstone National Park.
Yeah, and we're gonna be looking for some hot springs. They are supposed to be colorful, so we're gonna take a look at that. I'm excited. And for some other geysers.
Geysers, yeah.
Geysers is the name. So we're gonna have some fun time around the park. This park looks huge.
Yeah, super excited to be here. We've been looking forward to going here for a little bit now. We've dedicated about 2 full days, maybe about 2.5 days here. We just came from the Grand Tetons, so if you guys have not seen that video, make sure you check that out first. It's gonna be linked right up here. Yeah, and like Ali said, we're gonna be checking out the main destinations, Old Faithful, the geysers, the pools here. Really excited for that. I've also heard a lot about just how active the area is and just how much there is going on, and just it's crazy to me just how involved nature is. So super excited to experience that firsthand, see what the park has in store for us, and yeah, let's check out one of America's greatest national parks. So our first stop in the park is West Thumb Geyser Basin, which we're walking around now. So there seems to be a kind of boardwalk that goes throughout the whole path, because I guess the soil under is fragile, so to be able to keep it protected, they built the boardwalk which you walk around. There's a lot of different hot springs, a lot of different kinds of pools. Pretty cool because they're different colors: blue, orange, red, green. Actually looks really nice, something you'll never see probably anywhere else or not in many other places. And it's just crazy how many different ones there are too. It's not like there's 1, 2, 3, there's a ton of them here. So yeah, we're gonna walk around, take a look at the lake, walk around the area, see what it has to offer. And yeah, looks pretty fun so far. So what's crazy to me is just how many different geysers there are around and how many different hot springs there are. All different colors. There's some in the lake that you'll see coming into the water. There'll be steam coming around, and you actually see like dead bugs, dead flies kind of floating on top of some of them.
Yeah.
It's super different. And
there's even like little volcanoes in the middle of the lake, in the middle of the water. There's just like an structure coming out, and like with the heat and bubbling.
Yeah, everywhere. There's multiple of them around. It's super cool. What's crazy about some of these is you literally could not see the bottom. Like, you could look down, it's clear, it's super clear, but you literally will not see the bottom of it, which is absolutely insane to me. Like, there's certain spots, some of them will be probably 2, maybe 1 or 2 deep holes that you won't look into, but the last one that we looked at, Abyss Pool, literally, as far as you look down, you could not see the bottom, and the water is super clear. It's crazy, man. Nature is an insane thing. And then you even start thinking about just how active the area under us is, just how much there is going on, the geothermal energy, the lava, the magma, just how insane this is. And like, you read about all the things that could happen if Yellowstone exploded and what would happen to the earth if Yellowstone exploded, and you just put that in perspective and you look at it, and it kind of makes sense when you're here. So we just made it to Old Faithful. There is an absolutely ridiculous amount of people here. It literally looks like Disney World on a busy day. It's crazy, but there's a lot to do. There's restaurants, there's like an inn, there's like 2 stores. The bathroom lines are crazy, so if you have an option to go before, make sure you do go before. So we just made it to the geyser itself. There's a decent amount of people waiting around. Supposed to erupt pretty much every 30 minutes more or less, so that's what we're waiting for now. It's really hot. The sun's definitely really strong right now, but excited to see what it's gonna have in store. Hopefully we get to capture that, take some nice pictures, and be on our way.
Let's go!
So we just finished watching Old Faithful erupt. Unfortunately, we sat around for like almost an hour and 20 minutes, more or less. Make sure you guys know what time it's erupting. Apparently there is a clock at the restaurant, so check that out first, so you're not like us. But we did get some really good seating. There was a huge crowd of people, but I liked it overall. Babe, what'd you think?
It was huge. We wait forever. The weather is nice, but when it started, it was so huge, and it lasted, like the big one, it lasted for like a minute.
Yeah, it was probably a minute overall,
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah, I mean, it continued for a little bit longer by itself, but definitely a little bit.
It got shorter, but it was so powerful. It was so cool.
Definitely a site I'd recommend. Like I said, try to come, when you know it's gonna erupt. Don't waste your time just sitting around. But I wouldn't say it's worth waiting an hour and a half for. Maybe like 30-20 minutes to get some better seating. Definitely recommend that. Man, this place is pretty damn cool. After Old Faithful, we decided to walk around a little. And then there's so many different hot springs, so many different geysers, so many different colors, different shapes. There's one shaped like a heart, ones look like mini volcanoes, and we haven't been really lucky with like the little explosions that happen. We kind of see them from afar every time, but they look incredible. And as we were walking by one of them, we actually noticed that the whole like little boardwalk was wet from it, which is pretty crazy, because I can't imagine standing next to it and that hot, like boiling water kind of raining down on you. It's interesting. It's different. I really wonder if it is that hot, or maybe if it's just really warm but bearable, or if it's really boiling water. It's crazy though. You're walking around, you're surrounded by all these like interstellar kind of experiences, like you wouldn't expect seeing this on Earth. But definitely a great visit. Make sure you don't just stop and look at Old Faithful. Walk around. It's quite an easy walk. It's boarded. It's made out of concrete. Pretty relatively easy to walk, and the sights are just absolutely incredible. So after walking around a while longer, we got some lunch/dinner. I had some noodles and steak. Ali had some rice and steak. It was actually pretty good. The restaurant there at Old Faithful only offered takeout, but it was definitely worth it. We kind of got separated from our friends because they needed to go get their face masks, and we went to walk around for a little bit longer. We were supposed to meet up with them in front of the restaurant, but when we came back, they weren't there. We walked around looking for them. They still weren't there. So we went back to the car. We've been waiting in front of the car for a little bit. They still haven't come here, and they have the car keys, so we don't really know what to do. We're gonna leave them a note on the car, and then we're gonna go and look for them. Hopefully we could find them. If not, we're gonna make a loop and try to come back to the car. Let's see what happens. So, little update. After walking around for like, I don't know, 20-30 minutes, we came back around, full loop around to the car. They're not here. We haven't seen them. We can't even begin to imagine where they could be. We literally stopped at every single building, walked around and looked around it. Nowhere to be found. I don't know. We agreed on an original time to meet at 4:45. It is now 6:07. We're getting close to 2 hours. 2 hours later, they have been found. Say hi, guys.
We literally waited when you told us to wait.
Yeah,
for an
outside.
hour.
No, they went
out
to
of
the
cafeteria.
bathroom.
I had to
No.
pee. I'm a human.
We were there at 4:45 to eat outside in the cafeteria.
I bought chips.
It's been a long journey, but
Look,
now we're gonna go
I
get
have
them
proof
food.
I was there too.
Montana water. Montana water.
They sold that in the cafeteria.
Point is, we wasted 2 hours of our lives. So we are gonna go get on with our day now, and we'll see you guys soon. So the cabin that we got is actually a pretty nice cabin. It's not too far from the east entrance to Yellowstone. We got it off Airbnb. Pretty much 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Really nice. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. I think it's kind of newer too, because I guess the road's not even on Google Maps, so the navigational piece is tough, but it gets really nice here at night. You could see the stars perfectly. It's super clear. And then the house itself is really nice too. The only issue is that it is well watered. It's from the ground, so it's kind of a rough smell when you shower, but nothing too bad. Very manageable. Nice cabin design. Animal heads all around. It looks pretty cool. Beautiful house overall. No AC. That's something else I've noticed here, that there's literally no air conditioning, so it does get quite hot, especially if you're here during the day. We're kind of in the middle of a desert, so it does get quite hot, but really nice day overall. Definitely enjoyed it. So if you guys are ready, we're gonna go ahead and go check out the canyon now. We're gonna check out the falls there. We're gonna hike to the bottom of the falls, and then we're gonna go also check out some of the bison. A lot of people are saying that they're literally right on the road, that they won't even get out for you, that you could literally be stuck in traffic for 2 hours. We're gonna have also a 9-hour drive to Montana to Geyser National Park. I think it's like 8, maybe a little bit more would stop. So it's gonna be a crazy long day for us, but we are prepared after yesterday. We're ready. We're literally ready for anything. So it's gonna be a good ride, and we'll see you guys then. So after about a 2-hour drive, we made it to the northern side of the canyon, northern side of the falls. No bison, yep, unfortunately, yet. No animals this time around. We definitely have a goal before leaving Yellowstone. We don't have a lot of time, but definitely need to see some bison. So after the canyon, most likely we're gonna go a little bit more east where there's supposed to be more of them, but we'll see. Unfortunately, the stairs down to the lower falls are closed for construction. They've been closed for about a little bit now, I think a couple months, and they're saying that's gonna be closed for a year. But we are at Uncle Tom's Point right now, which we're gonna check out first, and then make our way to the lower side next. So we just walked around Artist Point, which is at the lower falls. It's definitely the best viewpoint of the waterfall and of the canyon itself. It looks really good. We got lucky with a relatively overcast day too, so it's not too bright, it's not too hot, it's actually kind of cool. Still significant amount of people here, but it's very manageable, I would say, overall. Really nice though. If you're in the Yellowstone, definitely recommend stopping by here. Definitely one of my favorite spots so far. So after driving on a little bit longer, we made it to our final stop of the canyon, which is Inspiration Point. It's got a really nice look out of the canyon itself, not much of the falls. We did make a couple stops along the way, had some different lookouts. So far, definitely my favorite one was the second stop that we made, but Inspiration Point is definitely close. Better viewpoint of the canyon here, whereas the previous spot had a better viewpoint of the actual waterfall in the canyon facing south, whereas this faces more north. So now, after checking out all of the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone, we are gonna head out to Lamar Valley. Hopefully we'll see some bison on the way. That's the goal at the end of the day. There's been a lot of people talking about it, so pretty hopeful about it at the end of the day. But yeah, Artist Point was definitely the best one out of the whole canyon for me. Definitely enjoyable though. If you're here, check it out. Looks spectacular. It looks really interesting. So many different colors. Got some gorgeous pictures. Not too many people too. And yeah, it says it's about an 1.5-hour drive. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on that. And hopefully we definitely see some bison. Because if we drive for an 1.5 hours and don't see bison, I'd be very upset. So unfortunately, the road to Lamar Valley was closed. The only other option was driving around for like 1 hour and 40 minutes. We decided not to do that. Unfortunately, as sad as it is, probably won't see any bison in Yellowstone, even though that's what it's known for. Instead, we made a stop at Mammoth Springs, which is where we are now. Looks pretty nice. Like always, another boarded kind of walk through. It seems to be the thing over here in Yellowstone. I also got this nice hat, protecting me from the sun. Looks really good, covering my whole neck because I've been getting sunburned a lot. But yeah, it's pretty much going to be our last stop at Yellowstone for our second day, which was supposed to be 3 days, but it's going to end up being only 2 days. Walk around, see what it has to show, what it has to offer, and then we'll slowly make our way over to Geyser National Park. So what's pretty cool is we actually ran into a family of elk at one of the springs. They were laying down at the bottom. It's about maybe 5 to 10 of them, a whole little family just laying in the water. Definitely didn't expect that. Pretty cool little sight. So that's pretty much it for the Mammoth Springs. Pretty nice overall. I mean, there's really like 2-3 nice kind of spots in it, so it doesn't take that long of a time. It's mostly, I would say, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes max. If you want to walk long around, you can. There's other things to look at. Maybe a total of, I don't know, 40 minutes. Definitely preferred the ones we did 2 days ago. The West Geyser Basin, I think, was nicer. The Old Faithful was pretty cool too. They have a lot more options, more things to look at. So if you had to choose between them, definitely would send you towards Old Faithful. One of the ones that we missed that we wanted to do, if we wouldn't have ran into the car troubles yesterday, was the one that was the large one. I think it was like the Grand Prismatic Spring. That's what it's called. That's one that I really wanted to see. Very large. I've seen pictures online. Super big. Lots of colors there. Very colorful. So would have definitely been excited for that, but fortunately missed it. If you do guys have a chance, it's right next to the Old Faithful, so probably maybe 10-15 minutes if that. So if you're in that area, for sure stop by. We're gonna head towards the car though now. Probably look around a little bit more, and that'll be pretty much it for our trip to Yellowstone. Like I said, 6-hour drive to our next video, which is going to be Geyser National Park. If you haven't seen our previous one, we did Grand Tetons. It's a lot of fun. I'll link that right here for you to check it out. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video itself. It's been pretty fun. We did have some opportunities, some things that we did miss, but I definitely recommend a minimum of 3 days here. But pretty good experience overall. Just how volcanic everything looks, how out of this world it is. You won't really see anything like it anywhere else, but it's been fun. The weather's been great. Pretty good amount of people, but very manageable. The whole trip's been very manageable. I feel like we split everything very evenly across the board, so very happy with that. And yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. We'll catch you guys tomorrow in Yellowstone National Park. Really excited for that one. I've seen a lot of videos and pictures, and that's supposed to be really, really beautiful. So can't wait to get there. And yeah, like always, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe for more content in the future, and we'll see you guys on the next one. So, way out of Yellowstone, but guess what we ended up finding? Bison! There's so many of them. It's pretty cool. They're a little farm, so I guess they're like raising them kind of like a cattle kind of thing here. But they're pretty cool. Super excited to have been seeing them. I was really upset that we didn't get to see them, but side of the road, maybe an hour, 40 minutes out of Yellowstone, we stumbled upon this farm of bison. So if you're heading north after Yellowstone, you did not catch any bison Yellowstone, just keep an eye on your right side. 30 minutes, 40 minutes out of Yellowstone, you will see them.